Hey guys, welcome into the Stinky Truth Podcast alongside my buddy Mike Evans. I am Mark Schlereth. This weekend, week 1 in the NFL season, I was in Jacksonville for Carolina versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval! And let me tell you something. The Jacksonville Jaguars, you heard it here first on the Stinky Truth Podcast. The Jacksonville Jaguars are ready for prime time.
Really?
The Jacksonville Jaguars are winning this division. The Jacksonville Jaguars are not your daddy's Jacksonville Jaguars. By the way, on this podcast, I did mention, several weeks ago, Mike, that the Dallas Cowboys were the Jacksonville Jaguars with better marketing.
Yeah, that was kind of a shot at Jacksonville, right?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be. Sometimes things just fall out of my mouth that I don't really, I'm not really, me, I'm not really thinking about stuff. And I, wasn't thinking about that I had Jacksonville week 1 when I said that.
Awkward.
Yes. So I walked into the facility and I was already somewhat of a marked man.
Really?
Yes. There was a little bit.
The comments had reached
the
North Florida, huh?
The radar on some of the PR staff was at high. The rabbit ears were not floppy. The rabbit ears were at attention. Okay, so the rabbit ears were up. So I'm on the sideline for practice, and who comes over to me but my buddy Tony Baselli. Tony Baselli is now the Executive Vice President of Football Operations. And he goes, "Oh, dude." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Your Jacksonville Dallas Cowboys comment," goes, "Let me just tell you right now, inside this facility, you got them riled up."
Nice.
People were pissed. And I go, "They were?" And he goes, "Yeah, they were." And he goes, "But I just laughed about it." And I said to everybody who was mad, "Is he wrong?" Got the worst record in the National Football League since 2012 with 148 losses. Was he wrong? So let it go. He goes, "I thought it was," Baselli's like, "I thought it was hilarious." He goes, "I thought it was funny." And we're going to have to prove that we can be that football team.
So that's Tony Baselli's reaction.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're a Jacksonville fan, that's the best news you can hear. That's how you turn around a culture. That's how you turn around a culture.
I stood on
Own it, right?
Yes, I stood on the field. He's like, "If you want to change it, then let's change it." And so I stood on the field with Tony Baselli and James Gladstone, their GM. James Gladstone looks like Herbie from Rudolph and the Red-Nosed Raider. "I want to be a dentist." Yeah, I even told him that. Because I did. But I was so freaking impressed with his football knowledge, 35 years old, his football knowledge and the intentionality of what they did as a football team. So get this. Everything was about supporting their quarterback, their first overall pick in Trevor Lawrence. So who they bring in as a backup? Nick Mullins. Been in that offense, speaks that language, super smart, going to be a great coach someday. You know what that means?
Can't play.
Can't play, but going to be a great coach someday.
Right.
Really from the neck up, knows this offense. I want him in the quarterback room with Trevor Lawrence. Went out and got Grant Udinski, 29-year-old offensive coordinator, was in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell, knows the system, knows the talking points. Remember, Kevin O'Connell was Sean McVay's right-hand man. Where did head coach Liam Cohen come from? Sean McVay tree with the Rams. So they went out and got him. Intentionality. What else did they do? Went out and got center Robert Hainsey, who speaks the language. He was in Tampa Bay, got beat out last year, but knows the protections, calls the protections, does all those things, all in an effort to support Trevor Lawrence. Brilliant. And then Baselli is like, "Listen, man, here's my question mark. Are we tough enough in how to respond to adversity?" Right? Like honesty. Like, here's the problem I have with the franchise that I went to, the Hall of Fame, supporting, the franchise that I love, that I've been, a part of since its inception. Are we tough enough? Dude, from your executive vice president of football operations, how do we respond to adversity? I am telling you, man, the things that this team has done. Tony Boselli told me flat out, listen, in free agency, we didn't go for the A free agent players. We went for guys who were veterans, who were tough, have shown over the course of their careers that they play hard, they play tough, and most importantly, they're smart. And he goes, we got a bunch of, hey, free agency, second wave free agents who play with great toughness, who are professionals, and who are intelligent, that can talk the language that we want. That's how we're changing the culture here in Jacksonville.
If the theme is all about Trevor Lawrence, I know you tried to get to this in the broadcast and weren't able to get totally into it the way you wanted, but the emphasis that they've placed on improving his footwork. And did you see that on display?
I saw it on display in practice. I talked to Trevor at length about it. So Trevor Lawrence told me for 3 different times, or this was the 4th time, 3 different times over the course of his career, he has tried to put his left foot forward in shotgun. His right foot forward underneath center, but his left foot forward in shotgun. He's always been a right foot forward guy. And since the time he came to Jacksonville, his first year as a rookie, he tried to switch his feet. Urban Meyer made him switch them back. Then the next coaching staff came in, tried to switch his feet. They made him switch it back. So this time he tried to do it in college at Clemson. Tried to switch his feet, made him switch them back to the right foot forward. So this time he switches it. Liam Cohen's like, yeah, absolutely. I've coached now. You're my 4th first overall draft choice that I've chosen. Jared Goff, first overall. You go Jared Goff, you go to Stafford, first overall pick. He's a left foot forward guy. Goff's a left foot forward guy. Baker Mayfield, first overall pick, left foot forward guy. So Liam Cohen was like, absolutely. Absolutely, we want that. And then he talked about how it's changed him from being on time, from always being early in the quick game with his right foot forward. So he says, now my 3-step drop, it's punch step with my left foot, then 1, 2, 3. And it puts me on time on the front side, and then changing his footwork inside. Liam Cohen was like, hey, man, we want your eyes to be level. We want calmness from the waist up. Your feet have to have energy, but you've got to be gathered together. So one thing that I think about as an offensive lineman, your hands, independent contractors, right? I set you right. You go hard inside. I might want to go push this hand back so you can't grab it. Bam, hit you, stab you one hand here, and then regather with this hand, right? But your feet have to work in a union. So if my left foot steps, my right foot has to come with it. My right foot steps, my left foot has to come with it. So it's da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. That's what you have to sound like. And so we had this conversation. The other thing that Liam Cohen said was he had shoulder surgery December 17th. I think it was December 17th that he had shoulder surgery. And he goes, when we started working in the offseason, it was a blessing in disguise because he couldn't throw. So all we did was work on the feet. That's all we did. And it showed. He had a couple of moments, a couple of lapses where he didn't throw the ball well. But for the most part, man, he threw the ball exceptionally well, had the operation down, really felt comfortable with it. This is a physical football team. They can run the ball. They're a disciplined football team. Liam Cohen has got them rolling. And on the defensive side of the ball, Mike, really quickly, defensively, like I love their defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanelli. He took some. He's worked for 3 guys in this league that are defensive coordinators. He worked for Robert Flores. Said he learned toughness and aggressiveness from Robert Flores. Vic Fangio, just details, right? Where you're supposed to be, where your leverage is, where your help is, all that stuff. And Jeff Hafley in Green Bay, how to communicate with players. He said this, and I loved it. He said it's all about eyes, feet, and hands. Eyes, feet, hands, and violence. Eyes tell the feet what to do. The hands buy a little bit of time. And violence at the point sets the tone. And I'm telling you what, Eric Murray and Jordan Lewis, they went in that back end. They went out and got Eric Murray from Houston, 10-year veteran. Jordan Lewis from Dallas, a 9-year veteran. Those guys are calling defenses. Those guys are calling the back end stuff. He goes, 71 passing explosive plays last year. And almost, the large majority of them is because of lack of communication, busted plays. So that secondary much better. They looked the part.
The flip side of this, Carolina, I think that there was hope among Panthers fans that, maybe this is the year that you start to see the arrow go up for not only the entire team, but certainly Bryce Young. Early impressions there?
Early impressions there are it just did not look good. When you talk about Bryce Young, the things they talk about with Bryce Young, they say, hey, man, superpower is really getting to the line of scrimmage, understanding what teams are in, the quick game, really good. His ability to boot out both ends of the pocket, get to the edges, be accurate from the edges, all those things. I don't know what it is about opening days, Mike. I don't know what it is about opening days. But you look at Bryce Young, I've got this written down somewhere the last 2 years, right? Versus Atlanta in 2023, 20 of 38, 146 yards at TD and 2 interceptions. Versus New Orleans, 2024, 13 of 30, 161 yards, no TDs, 2 interceptions. Yesterday, he had a pick, he had a fumble that he lost. It just was not very good. And, they can run the ball. And I'll give them a lot of credit, man. What they've done offensive line-wise, Robert Hunt is a grizzly bear. They've got Corbett inside center, can play. I think Damian Lewis is a really good player. I think across the board they're really good. Chuba Hubbard is the actuator of that offense. That dude can play. I tell you what, it's more, though. It is more than the quarterback. Man, I went after Xavier Legette, and, man, he had a sideline, a little corner route on the sideline. They run, I think they ran smash corner, but it's perfectly thrown ball. He catches it 1 foot in, just a natural toe tap. It's an easy catch. Any NFL player could make it. The lack of awareness and being on point. He puts 1 foot down, and the next foot he doesn't drag, he doesn't toe tap, he just steps out. He's out by 2-3 inches. So he costs his quarterback a big-time throw. Maybe that's the throw that gets you some momentum on offense. Cost him that, and then they're in a 2nd down and 1 situation. I think it was 2nd down and 1, and he's in a tight split. He's got the safety. Safety comes barreling down, cut him off. It's a 1st down. He's just standing there like questionable courage. Guy runs right by his face, barely touches him, tackles the running back in the backfield, and now we're in a 3rd down and 4 situation. And we can sit there and point to the quarterback. We can point to the quarterback and say, hey, the quarterback stunk, and he did. But that's the kind of effort that loses you ball games. Like, if you don't want to be out on the football field, if you don't want to support your football team, then why are you out here? Why are you out here? So offensively, a lot of work to do offensively. And that, again, goes down to coaching. Like, I've got Canales, and he's a friend of mine. I've got Canales in week 4 in New England. Dude, that guy can't play. That guy shouldn't play for you. If that's the kind of piss-poor, shitty effort you're going to give, then you can't play for me. Because bottom line is, you know what I'm doing? As an offensive lineman, I am busting my ass. If I am coaching the Carolina Panthers, I don't ask. I bring Xavier Legette to one-on-one drill. I line him up at guard, and I have the defensive tackles beat the shit out of him. Take some one-on-ones so you know what everybody else is doing so that you can catch a football, you selfish little turd. Like, that's the kind of shit that gets people fired. You're going to get your coach fired. And for me, if I'm Dave Canales, he doesn't play for me. And I know that Dave Canales is a forward-thinking, I want to encourage players, and I want to do all that stuff, and I'm all for encouraging players. But when a guy does that, that will cost you a football game. The other thing that I think is a weakness of the Carolina Panthers, you don't have a war daddy pass rusher. And I will tell you right now, Derek Brown is a full-grown ass man. He's a great player. There's no question. But there is nobody off the edge in Carolina that threatens you. And when you don't have anybody off the edge, when you can go 5 one-on-ones, 5-0 protection, and go, nobody scares us here, it's hard to win in this league. When you don't break the huddle and say, there's 90 whatever, and how are we going to contend with that guy? You don't have that in Carolina. If I was a gambling man, Mike, and I'm not, but if I was a gambling man, I would say that the Carolina Panthers are still going to be looking at the end of the season for their starting quarterback. Okay. That's what I would say. And until you prove me otherwise. And I think that's the fear in Carolina right now. Right. So that is the breakdown. We got it all right here, boys and girls. That's the card, the flip card that I was using in the game to make sure I don't screw up too many things. But anyhow, the good news in all of this is if you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, you found your coach. If you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, you found your GM. Sunny days ahead in Jacksonville. I really believe the Jaguars have solved their conundrum.
Wow.
And they're on their way to being a really good football team.
That's a big statement. All right. Yeah. Good stuff.
And I'll give you one other little tip right here if you're Jacksonville. I said it on the broadcast, but I'll say it here on the podcast in case you missed it. They traded Tank Bigsby away today.
Yeah. To Philly.
To Philly. Bashal Tootin and Etienne had an unbelievable game. Bashal Tootin could be a star in this league at running back.
Okay.
Could be a star in this league.
Run out
and
on your fantasy.
His name is Bashal.
Bashal.
Like facial.
Porcelain skin of a China doll. That's
what they tell me. I've got the porcelain skin of a China doll.
There you go.
Hey, listen, don't hate. It's not my fault. It's not.
Yeah.
Blame Poolside and my mother, the saint.
Don't hate him because he's beautiful. Okay?
Not my fault.
Don't hate him. It's a curse he has to carry. A burden he has to carry.
Go out and get yourself a ruler. Carry it with you at all times. You never know when you're going to need one.
He's punchy.
You never know when you're going to need one.
He's been traveling a lot.
I carry a ruler. Why?
Why?
Give me your wrist real quick.
Okay. Ow. It's like it's like the nuns back in school.
For everybody involved in the Sneaky Truth podcast, you better listen. Otherwise, you're going to get the ruler to the wrist. For everybody who watched the bride, thank you so much for all your support, guys, for Jacksonville, for Carolina, for the leftovers. We'll be back with you later on in the week. For Mike, I am Mark. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share it with everybody, especially in the Carolina market and especially in the Jacksonville market, because you guys got yourself something special brewing in Jacksonville. Dude!